Bonjour, hola. We're teaching people to do in cooking and everything. Because you're right. Do not use the right tools. Your product is good. And you can do about it. Okie dokie. So now we're gonna measure some dry ingredients. It's not the dry ingredients. You use flour, you use sugar, you use brown sugar, you use baking soda, baking powder, you use all kinds of dry ingredients. And so we're gonna learn how to make some dry ingredients. So these, I told you before, are called dry measure. So these dry measuring cups. The reason you want to use the liquid one is because I show you. We're going to measure out some sugar, and I am going to measure out half cup sugar. Should have written on someplace, half a cup. You should have to guess, it should have written on there, half a cup. So I'm going to scoop some out. Is that going to be half a cup? No. Is that going to be half? No. So we're going to scoop it out here, and then we're going to love this called spatula. I know, nothing used to fry eggs. Technically called spatula. You're going to run it across the top, and you have perfectly 1/2 cup of sugar. Now, a couple other things that you can use. Some people, they don't have spatula, don't need spatula, so they're gonna measure. As long as it's flat, it's gonna work. Oh, you know what? There's a little lump in the sugar. You know what it happened? You know what that happened? Because and the sugar, it'll bind together. Nothing wrong with it. Just smoosh them. Just smash, smoosh them up. They'll be fine. Okay. You got to one of these. These things called rubber scraper. Flat side. It's level off perfectly. This is a wooden spoon. It took out flat side. It's gonna work too. One thing don't work is your knife. Okay? See your knife? Got a little dip right here. Even got a little. So put it out this way. You get a little dent in it. I know how to see on here. Believe me, I tell you the truth. It's to get a little dent in here. So you don't want to use that. You definitely don't want to use this. It's a bigger dip in the top now, and you're not going to have the right amount of sugar. Your cake is going to be tough. It's not going to be sweet. So you want to measure the right way. You need for salt. You need small amount because people come up and they say, it's called for I know 1 tablespoon. How am I going to do tablespoon? Help me. That's the one you use the cups. I got the sugar on here. So I like to do it over something else. A teaspoon of sugar. And right here, say 1 teaspoon. So again, I'm just going to pour. You don't have to dig in that time. You're just going to pour. Salt's cheap, so if you waste a little bit, it's not going to be a bigger deal. You're going to take, level it up. Now this is the part you use. This is the part that you throw away. So you're going to use this part. This is what you're going to put in. So this is how you're going to measure smaller amounts. Now, flour. Flour, that is something different. Flour asks for in 2 ways. It asks, and then to make a bigger difference. If it is just say, it want 1 cup flour, it means 1 sifted flour. You still don't want a bigger lump or something there, but you want 1 cup unsifted. If it wants sifted, it will tell you sifted. Or in this class, if you got some questions, ask Miss S, because she most of the time pretty nice. Not always, but most of the time she's pretty nice and she'll give you the answer. Or she'll go over it with you ahead of time. So I got flour here. And measuring out the flour. This is going to be for us. If we're going to do some comparing. We're going to do this. So I get my flour and get my right tool. I level off. Perfect. 1 cup. Sift this flour. And what you're doing when you can use one of those, squish one of these. I think these work pretty much. Don't get them wet and they end up with glue. So this take out any big chunks and you can actually smush them. Not the bigger chunks. it's gonna take it's gonna put in air. It makes it light. So when you make pancakes, or you make your cake, or you make your bread, it's gonna be nice and light. I'm gonna do a little experiment here. I'm gonna very in 1 cup flour, because I want it to, let me tell you, and it have packed it in a bag. Same thing, they put the bag all over the place, and then the trunk over the bumps. Get pretty smashed down. So now, this 1 cup sifted flour, that your extra. That's how much extra. They probably 1/4 to 1/3 cup extra flour that not sifted. Problem is, if you don't sift it and you put in the extra 1/2, your baked goods gonna be really tough. Measure with measuring spoon. You rarely have to measure, rarely have to measure with sifting. It's not gonna make a difference. But this, okay, you making the bread. It calls for 6 cups of flour. You do unsifted flour, okay, you got 1/3 cup here, 1/3 times 6, you get 2 extra cups flour in your bread. That a good bread is gonna be kind of like a hockey puck. Okie dokie. So, went through the spoons. With the dry measure, normally you got the 1 cup, 1/2 a cup, 1/3 a cup, 1/4 a cup. Sometimes the fancy schmancy ones, they got them more than that, but this is the standard you're gonna get. When I do a cooking class, this happened, and you know what, I know it happened to Miss us too, because she told me so. It was cook, I hear it too. We'll come up today in a panic. And they go, Chef Kia, I need 2/3 cup. I don't have 2/3 cup. How am I gonna measure 2/3 cup? I can't do it. I can't put 2/3 cup of fat. Well, let me get you thinking, using your brain. Let's do some math. You got the 1/3, you got the 1/3 cup, 1/3, and here, 1/3, 1/3, 1, 2, 2/3. So you measure your 1/3 out to get 2/3. I need the second to 1. You don't have to borrow it. I'm just doing this to make it look good. 1/3, 1/3, 1, 2, 2/3. Okay. Then we get to the panic about the 3. Okay. Mrs. Chef, because I have no 4 cup. Okay. 1/4, 2, 3/4. 1, 2, 3. 3/4. Same thing working with your spoon. There's no 3/4 in your spoon. So you do 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1, 2, 3/4. Simple dimple. Okie dokie! But they get measured in different ways. Now, brown sugar. Brown sugar get measured always in different ways, whether it's say packed or not say packed. Brown sugar always, unless it say differently, and it never will, I don't think, it's going to be measured packed. So I like it to keep my hands clean. So I'm gonna dip it in here, and I'm using the side of the bag, and I'm pressing and pressing. So now I'm inside of the bag. I'm taking this and I'm pressing it down. And I'm taking some more and I'm pressing it down. Now I'm not in the cup. I'm not smash and bring the handle off. I'm pressing gentle. But when I do it at home, when I do it at the restaurant, I press like this so I don't get yucky hands. Okay? Now I can press it and level. I don't have to level it till it level. Easy way, you got this done all right. Magic. Love it when cooking, have magic tricks. You take this, you turn it upside down, it holds its shape. Just like making a sand castle. Pretty easy. Easy schmeezy. Okay? So that's going to be how you do